Hello there, boys and girls. Now today we are going to carry out a experiment. A very big word. And we are going to do that while we're talking about sinking and floating. Sink and float. What causes an object to sink or float? Yes, sink or float. Sink or float. Objects that are heavy will sink, sink, sink. Objects that are light will float, float, float. Objects that are heavy will sink, sink, sink. Objects that are light will float, float, float. Sink or float. Sink or float. We're talking about sink or float. Sink or float. Give yourself a big clap, boys and girls. Now we're going to do an experiment on objects that will sink or float. Now here I have an aquarium and it is filled with water. Now we are going to put these objects in the water and we will see which one will sink or which one will float. Here I have a rock or a stone in my hand. It is heavy. Do you think this rock or this stone will sink or float? You tell me. Somebody said sink. Why? Because it is heavy? Let's find out. Yes. It's tightly packed. More dense. It is heavy. Let's go. Ooh. Uh-oh. It is at the bottom of the tank. It is heavy, so it sank. It sink. Yes. Now here I have a bottle. It is light. Do you think this will sink or float? Someone said float? Let's find out. Away! It is floating! It's at the top! Woo! Look at that! The stone is at the bottom. The stone sank. It sinks. And the bottle is floating. Yes, it floats. Now here I have a ball. It is pretty light. Very light. What do you think will happen to this ball? Will it sink or will it float? Did someone says float? Float, float, float? Let's find out. Give yourself a big clap. It is floating. Now I'm going to find a marble. Boys love to play with marble. Now will the marble sink or will the marble float? Float or sink? Let's find out. Count me up. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Watch that go down. It sinks. Now this is a bottle cap or a cover or a cork. I took it off a bottle. So I want to find out, will the bottle cover, the bottle cork, will it sink or float? Are you ready, boys and girls? Let's go. Count me down. 1, 2, 3. It floats. Yes. All right. Now I have a ruler. And you all know what's a ruler. And we know it is light, light, light. It's not heavy. So we are going to drop it in the aquarium. Woo! It floats. Now here I have a little stone, a marble stone. Will it sink or float? It is heavy. More dense. Tightly packed. Let's find out. It's heavy. Woo! There it goes. Now I made a paper boat. Will the paper boat sink or float? It's light. Let us find out. Row, row, row your boat gentle down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. The boat float, the boat float, the boat is floating. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Go boat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. The boat floats, the ball floats, the bottle floats. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. The stones sink, the marble and the stones sink. They are at the bottom of the water. They sink, sink, sink. So some things sink and some things float. Now question and answers time. Tell me two objects that sink or sank and two objects that floats. So what are the two objects that floats on water and what are the two objects that sinks? Question time.